unvarnished wood. A breath of smoke, the city softened at the edge. Piano counts the time like a clock that remembers elbows and names. Bass hums a building's heartbeat. Drushes whispering like footsteps down a back stair. A single thread of blue. We tune ourselves to the hush before the hour, fingers finding familiar maps. Pocket lint and score marks, cigarette ash like slow confetti. The room breeze in the door closes soft behind the last loud date. You lean in like an old photograph, eyes bookmarking the same page. I keep my voice low so the bar glass can keep its secrets. We trade a glance for a melody and the night gives us a nod. Notes spill like city rain, each one small and deliberate. Lamp halos grow warm, hands loosen their hold on daylight. There's a hush that only happens when people learn to listen again. Hold the night, keep it in the hollow of your palm. We'll paint the dark and warm, courses are quiet and calm. Every phrase a small boat, every pause a harbor light. For one slow hour we keep the city from turning bright. Sax draws maps of memory, blue alleys tucked in words. It bends like a lamppost leaning toward a whisper. Fingers write confessions in ivory, small and sure. The piano folds a smoke and hands it back to the room. Names drift like napkins carried by soft talk and softer suits. A laugh skates across the baseline and settles down as if it means it. We count the measures like small promises, curate every pause. There is a tenderness in not filling every silence. You say nothing and it becomes the warmest thing in the room. I find a steady pulse in the way you breathe with the song. And the drummer brushes over the rim, a tie that almost remembers shore. We are small architects of solace, a melody, a hand, a light angle just so outside. The city hums its bright machines inside. We stitch the dark into lace. Hold the night, keep it in the hollow of your palm. We'll paint the dark and warm, courses are quieted and calm. Every phrase a small boat, every pause a harbor light. For one slow hour we keep the city from turning bright. Hold the night, keep it in the hollow of your palm. We'll paint the dark and warm, courses are quiet and calm. Every phrase a small boat, every pause a harbor light. For one slow hour we keep the city from turning bright. The lamp blinks like an eye ready to close. We fold our chords and tuck the last measure under the door. A last nod, a last exhale. The club keeps breathing, a soft machine. Sable Quarter tonight, until the next quiet summons us back. Low lamp, a ledger of light on varnished wood, a breath of smoke, the city softened at the edge. Piano counts the time like a clock that remembers elbows and names. Bass hums a building's heartbeat. We tune ourselves to the hush before the hour, fingers finding familiar maps, pocket lint and score marks, cigarette ash like slow confetti. The room breathes in, the door closes soft behind the last loud day. You lean in like an old photograph, eyes bookmarking the same page. I keep my voice low so the bar glass keep its secrets. We trade a glance for a melody, and the night gives us a nod. Notes spill like city rain, each one small and deliberate. Lamp halos grow warm, hands loosen their hold on daylight. There's a hush that only happens when people learn to listen again. Hold the night, in the hollow of your palm. We'll paint the dark and warm courses of quiet and calm. Every phrase a small boat, every pause a harbor light. For one slow hour we keep the city from turning bright. Sax draws maps of memory, blue alleys tucked in words. It bends like a lamppost, leaning toward a whisper. Fingers write confessions in ivory, small and sure. The piano folds the smoke and hands it back to the room. Names drift like napkins, carried by soft talk and softer suits. A laugh skates across the baseline, then settles down as if it means it. We count the measures like small promises, curate every pause. There is a tenderness in not feeling every silence. You say nothing, and it becomes the warmest thing in the room. I find a steady pulse in the way you breathe with a song word, and the drummer brushes over the rim, a tide that almost remembers shore. We are small architects of solace, a melody, a hand, a light angle just so outside. The city hums its bright machines inside. We stitch the dark into lace, Hold the night, keep it in the hollow of your palm. We'll paint the dark and warm courses of quiet and calm. Every phrase a small boat, every pause a harbor light. For one slow hour we keep the city from turning bright. Hold the night, keep it in the hollow of your palm. We'll paint the dark and warm courses of quiet and calm. Every phrase a small boat, every pause a harbor light. For one slow hour we keep the city from turning bright. The lamp blinks like an eye ready to close. We fold our chords and tuck the last measure under the door. A last nod, a last exhale. The club keeps breathing, a soft machine. Sable Quarter tonight, until the next quiet summons us back. Keys like a slow spill of lantern light. A soft scrape brushes finding skin. The room exhales, the stage draws its breath. We tune to a tide that only this hour knows. There's a seam of silence between the door and the sound. A place where footsteps linger, stories fold into coats. I press my hand to the piano and listen for confessions. The bass hums low, like a street lamp down the block. Sax breathes a phrase, small, certain, warm. A match struck in the dark, a map of where we begin. Tonight the audience is a seam of faces half hidden. They come for the hush, for the promise of light, threaded through the night. We count the quiet like a secret, 1, 2, 3. And the room leans forward like a held note. Another slow pulse, hard brush string reed. A promise soft, steady, before the first line opens. We will fold the midnight into melody, spin lamps shine into a ribbon that holds the hush. Every breath becomes a phrase, every phrase becomes a shore, where the music lands and the city slides away. We will keep the night like a single long note, held until the dawn forgets to hurry us. I remember hands that taught me how to bend the light. Old men with coffee breath and wristwatches that knew the rhythm. They showed me how to make a room listen without raising my voice, how to set a story on a beat and let it bloom. Tonight the quartet breathes, like a slow tide. Piano skates, bass steadies, brushes whisper, sax traces the moon. We trade small truths between bars like coins at a counter, buying time, buying a moment when nothing else is due. This living in the air, a conversation arpeggio that smells of rain. Bass steps forward with a phrase that feels like home. Brushes pat the tempo of a sleeping city's pulse. Sax threads the seam, blue and certain, pulling threads tight. We step back into the hush together, in perfect measure. We will fold the midnight in a melody, spin lamps shine into a ribbon that holds the hush. Every breath becomes a phrase, every phrase becomes a shore. Where the music lands and the city slides away, we will keep the night like a single long note, held until the dawn forgets to hurry us. We will fold the midnight in a melody, spin lamps shine into a ribbon that holds a hush. Every breath becomes a phrase, every phrase becomes a shore. Where the music lands and the city slides away, we will keep the night like a single long note, held until the dawn forgets to hurry us. Chord is a small lighthouse on a wet street. People sip the silence like brandy and rise slow. We tuck the melody in her pockets and coats, close the piano lid on the soft echo of something true. Hour in your pocket. If you must leave, take the quiet. Let it sit beside your keys, beside your unmade plans. When the city wakes, remember how it felt to be kept whole by sound. Soft hum of the neon, a slow tide of air. Keys sleeping under cloth, a lamp like a small moon. Manners folded back to pins, a chalk mark on the floor. We count breaths like measures until we step through the door. Backroom mirrors fog at the corners of the glass. A trumpet's mouthpiece catches last night's light and brass. He rolls the strap of memory across his knuckles slow. The bass leans into its curve, a promise down below. Piano practice is one note that becomes the shape of thought. Fingers remembering the places where the music taught. The drummer brushes air like a confidant with time, tapping heartbeats onto skins, making silence rhyme. We pull our collars in against the cold outside, but inside these walls the dark is soft and wild. There's a hush that stitches us, a seam beneath the pulse. We breathe together, gather, let the night console. At midnight jazz they wait beneath a hush of lamps. We walk like sailors on a dock with pockets full of maps. We fold the alley's loneliness into each swung phrase and hand it to the room like a light to set ablaze. The owner nods at the doorway, an old bell in his hand. A woman at the bar hears the cue and understands. We tune to one another like lamps seeking the scene. Every glance a written measure in the ledger of a dream. Pockets of smoke make watercolor halos in the air. A child of moonlight leans on wood and listens there. The sax breathes easy, warm as bread and stout as truth. We shape a route back home through memory and youth. Loose ties are tightened by the hum of steady sound. The city folds around us, the club becomes a mound, where treasures spill in minor keys, where laughter learns to bend. We line each chord like lanterns, hopeful to the end. At midnight jazz they wait beneath a hush of lamps. We walk like sailors on a dock with pockets full of maps. We fold the alley's loneliness into each swung phrase and hand it to the room like a light to set ablaze. There is the quiet moment when the pedal holds the night, when everything we own becomes a single honest light. The trumpet leans into the scene between the dusk and dawn. Bass counts the distant footsteps of a city yet to yawn. Drums brush the edges of the clock so it forgets to chime. We stand as one, a small procession stepping out of time. At midnight jazz they wait beneath the hush of lamps. We walk like sailors on a dock with pockets full of maps. We fold the alley's loneliness into each swung phrase and hand it to the room like a light to set ablaze. The curtain lifts on silence, our shadows stretch and bend. We place the first note gently, as if to trust a friend. Every neon face leans forward, breath of floating near. We play a doorway open, and the midnight draws us clear. Listen, the city has a secret rhythm. Tonight we borrow it. Soft, patient, and enough to keep us warm. Cab lights spill along the curb like ledger lines. A long street map hums, the door sighs open. We step through the blue hour curtain, cases in hand. A breath between the city and the club. Soft chatter, the clink of glass, an orchestra of small things. The stage is a rectangle of dim gold. We arrange our names and set. The piano finds the room first, a hutch of Felton keys, fingers tracing the city's half, remember lullabies. Bass both the chords of the air, a slow architecture of bows. Brushes whisper like tide on cobblestone, the cymbal silver sea. Trumpet weeks wrapped in its own shadow, mute pressed like a secret. We tune not for the notes, but for the space between them, for the way the ceiling catches our sound and keeps a secret. There's a small prayer in every tuning peg, a confession in every breath before we play. We breathe out the afternoon's work, we breathe in the hush of the room, so the first note will know how to land. Here at midnight, the club is a compass turning. We are the hands that keep us off onto the shared route. I count the bars in the dark, you answer with the bass is low math. Our notes slip like lantern boats across an oil black river. Lift your heart and let the city fall into the curve of sound. We will hold it here, steady as a lantern held to water. The bartender slides a memory across the counter, amber and small. Regulars fold into chairs like pages returning to a book. I catch a child's laugh from the sidewalk in my throat, and a woman at the bar breathes out a song that is not ours. We play not the pull at the stitches of midnight, but to make a scene that will carry people's leaving home. Notes become a matter, hands reaching the timing and atlas of the breath and the luminous. Jet the breeze, listen for the tremor in the linoleum. Countless like swallowboats drifting past the pier. We strap our time to these chords so they do not wander. Here we promise to arrive together, measure by measure. silence that sounds like velvet when the mic goes on. I remember a phone call and a faded photograph, a chain that did not come. Those losses sit in the pocket of my jacket like spare change. Tonight we spend them on the air. Tonight we trade small grease for phrases. Listen, how a single held note can hang the whole room like a coat. Piano frets and narrow hose, the bass clears in the horizon. Brushes make a rain that lands in slow, even circles. Trumpet sketches the outline of a face at the window. We weave, we unweave, we stitch the spaces into a land. The slow conversation between phone time. Melody walks down an alley, then looks back and invites the crowd. The band holds a coat while the piano steps into the rain. At midnight, the club is a compass turning. We are the hands that keep us off longitude, a chandelier. I count the bars in the dark. You answer with the bass's low map. I know it's slept like lantern doors across an oil black river. Lift your horn and let the city fall into the curve of sound. We will hold it here, steady as a lantern held to water. After the last applause, cups cold with empty, we sweep the room with our palms. The club exhales, the night folds back its map. We gather our cases like small planets in orbit and step into the streets. The city still hums its slow and
cab lights spill along the curb like ledger lines. A lone street lamp hums, the door sighs open. We step through the blue hour curtain, cases in hand, a breath between the city and the club. Soft chatter, the clink of glass, an orchestra of small things. The stage is a rectangle of dim gold. We arrange our names in silence. The piano finds the room first, a hush of felt and keys. Fingers tracing the city's half-remembered lullabies. Bass bowls the corners of the air, a slow architecture of pulse. Brushes whisper like tide on cobblestone, the cymbal's silver seam. Trumpet waits wrapped in its own shadow, mute pressed like a secret. We tune not for the notes, but for the space between them, for the way the ceiling catches our sound and keeps a secret. There is a small prayer in every tuning peg, a confession in every breath before we play. We breathe out the afternoon's work, we breathe in the hush of the room, so the first note will know how to land. Here at midnight the club is a compass turning. We are the hands that keep us off longitude, the shared route. I count the bars in the dark, you answer with the bass's low map. Our notes slip like lantern boats across an oil black river. Lift your horn and let the city fall into the curve of sound. We will hold it here, steady as a lantern held to water. The bartender slides a memory across the counter. Amber and small regulars fold into chairs like pages returning to a book. I catch a child's laugh from the sidewalk in my throat, and a woman at the bar breathes out a song that is not ours. We play not to pull at the stitches of the night, but to make a seam that will carry people's leaving home. Notes become a map of hands, reaching, returning, an atlas of the brief and the luminous. Check the bridge, listen for the tremor in the linoleum. Count the rest like small boats drifting past the pier. We strap our time to these chords so they do not wander. Here we promise to arrive together, measure by measure. Here at midnight the club is a compass turning. We are the hands that keep a soft longitude, a shared route. I count the bars in the dark, you answer with the bass's low map. Our notes slip like lantern boats across an oil black river. Lift your horn and let the city fall into the curve of sound. We will hold it here, steady as a lantern held to water. There is a silence that sounds like velvet when the mic goes on. I remember a phone call, a faded photograph, a train that did not come. Those losses sit in the pocket of my jacket like spare change. Tonight we spend them on the air. Tonight we trade small griefs for phrases. Listen, how a single held note can hang the whole room like a coat. Piano threads a narrow road, the bass clears the horizon. Brushes make a rain that lands in slow, even circles. Trumpet sketches the outline of a face at the window. We weave, we unweave, we stitch the spaces into a lamp. A slow conversation between thumb and time. Melody walks down an alley, then looks back and invites the crowd. The band holds a coat while the piano steps into the rain. Here at midnight the club is a compass turning. We are the hands that keep a soft longitude, a shared route. I count the bars in the dark, you answer with the bass's low map. Our notes slip like lantern boats across an oil black river. Lift your horn and let the city fall into the curve of sound. We will hold it here, steady as a lantern held to water. After the last applause, cups cold with empty, we sweep the room with our palms. The club exhales, the night folds back its map. We gather our cases like small planets in orbit and step into the street. The city still hums its slow, indifferent music. We carry a little of it with us, tucked under lapels, humming between breath. Pack up the light, keep the ledger of the night's small mercies. There'll be another tuning, another blue hour, another doorway, another street lamp waiting with its soft ledger line. The door sides shut, a single lamp halos the bandstand like a coin, small and warm. Sheets of music scatter like folded city maps. The air tastes of old cedar and lemon. We untangle our breaths and our names, tune into a key that knows the distance between rooms. Piano fingers trace the edge of the room, touching harmonies that remember back alleys. Brushes whisper across the snare, a tide, a hush, a careful punctuation. The upright bass finds a step, a slow boat, the bones of a river that keeps moving. Sax takes a breath and folds it into a lamp's glow, the note a thread pulled taut. We are small lamps on a long dock, aligning our heartbeats to the ledger of the hour. There is a knock, a laugh, a last cigarette stubbed into a tray of promises. Hands count measures like a seamstress counts stitches. Everyone is holding their breath. We breathe together once, a metronome made of skin, and the room rearranges itself around the sound. At the quarter to the blue, we step into the scene between sleepless and awake. Notes slide like polished coins across a bar, metallic patient. We trade the small talk for a language of keepsakes, a riff, a pause, a smile that hangs on a rest. This is how the night moves, slow, deliberate, and finally unstoppable. Spill of chords, a glass breaking at the edge of a memory. Bloom and tilt, a whispered confession rides on the reed, bending alleys into open sky. Every phrase a door reopened. The brushes return with the hush of rain. The bass walks home on a lit curb. The heartbeat of the stand continues. We remember a hand that once left and then returned, a laugh that folded like a map back into itself. Every song keeps a ledger, names, small betrayals, reconciliations written in eighth notes. The audience leans forward, an hourglass of faces. Glasses catch the lamplight like tiny moons. We play for them and for the ghosts who used to care for this city as if it were a child. Our phrases are gentle interrogations. Our answers are softer than apologies. Tempo loosens its collar, lemon oil and old applause. The Midnight Jazz Club keeps its secrets between the floorboards. Tonight we hand you ours, a small collection of stuttered suns, the quiet arithmetic of longing. Listen close, the air has grammar. It knows when to hold and when to let go. The last chord lingers like a window left open on a warm street. We pack our instruments with careful hands, each movement a benediction. Outside, the city breeze in and out inside. The blue stays a while longer, folded in the pocket of the night. Keys like a slow spill of lantern light, a soft scrape, brushes finding skin. The room exhales, the stage draws its breath. We tune to a tide that only this hour knows. There's a seam of silence between the door and the sound, a place where footsteps linger and stories fold into coats. I press my hand to the piano and listen for confessions. The bass hums low like a street lamp down the block. Sax breathes a phrase, small, certain, warm, a match struck in the dark, a map of where we begin. Tonight the audience is a seam of faces, half hidden. They come for the hush, for the promise of light threaded through the night. We count the quiet like a secret, 1, 2, 3, and the room leans forward like a held note. Another slow pulse, heart brush, string, reed, a promise, soft, steady. Before the first line opens, we will fold the midnight into melody, spin lamp shine into a ribbon that holds the hush. Every breath becomes a phrase, every phrase becomes a shore, where the music lands and the city slides away. We will keep the night like a single long note, held until the dawn forgets to hurry us. I remember hands that taught me how to bend the light, old men with coffee breath and wristwatches that knew the rhythm. They showed me how to make a room listen without raising my voice, how to set a story on a beat and let it bloom. Tonight the quartet breathes like a slow tide. Piano skates, bass steadies, brushes, whispers, sax traces the moon. We trade small truths between bars like coins at a counter, buying time, buying a moment where nothing else is due.
Shannon answers with an arpeggio that smells of rain. Bass steps forward with a phrase that feels like home. Brushes pat the tempo of a sleeping city's pulse. Sax threads the seam, blue and certain, pulling threads tight. We step back into the hush together in perfect measure. We will fold the midnight into melody, spin lamp shine into a ribbon that holds the hush. Every breath becomes a phrase, every phrase becomes a shore where the music lands and the city slides away. We will keep the night like a single long note, held until the dawn forgets to hurry us. We will fold the midnight into melody, spin lamp shine into a ribbon that holds the hush. Every breath becomes a phrase, every phrase becomes a shore where the music lands and the city slides away. We will keep the night like a single long note, held until the dawn forgets to hurry us. The last chord is a small lighthouse on a wet street. People sip the silence like brandy and rise slow. We tuck the melody into pockets and coats, close the piano lid on a soft echo of something true. Keep this hour in your pocket. If you must leave, take the quiet. Let it sit beside your keys, beside your unmade plans. When the city wakes, remember how it felt to be kept whole by sound.